They didn't erase her because she was evil. They erased her because she refused to bow. Long before women were allowed to rule in many parts of the world, an African woman stood face to face with powerful empires and did not blink. Her name was Queen Nzinga, and history never tells her story the way it should. Nzinga was born in the late 1500s in what is now Angola, at a time when foreign powers were tearing through Africa in search of land, labor, and control. They expected African leaders to submit. Nzinga didn't. From a young age, she was trained not just as a princess, but as a strategist. She understood politics. She understood warfare. And most importantly, she understood power. When foreign invaders demanded land and people, Nzinga went to negotiate. But they tried to humiliate her. They refused to give her a chair, forcing her to sit on the floor like a servant. So she did something history books rarely mention. She ordered one of her attendants to kneel, and she sat on his back, turning humiliation into dominance. The room went silent. Nzinga would not be lowered. When diplomacy failed, she chose war. For over 30 years, she fought invading forces using intelligence, alliances, and guerrilla tactics that confused and exhausted her enemies. She led armies herself. She wore armor. She planned ambushes. And she won battles that should have been impossible. Foreign powers called her names. They said she was dangerous. They said she was cruel. They said she was unnatural. But what they really meant was this: she was uncontrollable. Nzinga protected her people from slavery for decades. She welcomed escaped captives into her kingdom. She built a state that resisted invasion longer than many others. And that made her a problem. So after her death, the story changed. She was reduced to a villain, a footnote, a troublemaker. Her brilliance was ignored, her leadership minimized. Because history often punishes women who refuse to be silent, especially African women. But Nzinga was never defeated. She ruled into old age. She died respected by her people and feared by her enemies. They tried to bury her legacy. But power like hers doesn't disappear. It waits to be remembered.